So since spring the bees' numbers have been building up nicely, and you can see here at the entrance to the hive, this is an early spring, and the bees have been taking orientation flights, going out, discovering new sources of nectar and pollen. You can see there on the front board a few grains of sugar which they've cleaned out of the hive after the winter sugar feeding that we gave them. Sometimes the bees need to be fed sugar if they've had a bad year in order to survive the winter, because they don't produce enough honey to get themselves through on just honey alone. So what we do is we put some sugar on top of the hive, and they can eat that when they need it in order to get enough energy to keep warm and survive the winter. The bees, you can see there, they clean their eyes before they go out, making sure there are no obstructions so they can see clearly, and they can fly up to 3 miles to find a source of nectar and pollen. Inside the hive now we can see the bees communicating by trophallaxis. This is the exchange of scents and pheromones via the taste glands, via the tongue. Basically they lick each other, and through their tongues they sense the different pheromones, and they can communicate via this method. Here we can see the queen bee, and the bees gather around her as she walks through the hive in order to protect her, and also in order to take the scent of the queen and spread it throughout the hive, so that all the bees know that all is well with the queen and that they have a strong queen leading the colony. Unfortunately though, this colony has been struggling this year. They've had quite a bad problem with varroa mites, which is a parasitic mite that sucks the blood of the bee, and it weakens the bee's immune system. Because of this, the numbers haven't been growing as rapidly as we would have liked, so we've been making natural treatments in order to try and reduce the numbers of varroa mite, but the bees haven't made much honey this year, so we will need to feed them in order to help them to survive. This footage was taken just recently, and as the summer is coming to an end, they're still flying on the warm days, and they're bringing in pollen here. You can see the greeny grey pollen on their legs. They're stocking up as much pollen as they can for the winter, because the pollen is an excellent source of protein, and it can help them to feed the baby bees and help them to get through the winter. We'd really like to thank you for sponsoring a colony of bees in Cambridge. It enables us to improve and increase the bee population in our local area, support these bee colonies which provide such valuable pollination services for the local plants, and it enables you to experience the world of the bees yourself. We'll give you another update in spring to let you know how the bees have got on, if they've made it through the winter, and looking forward into the summer ahead next year. Thank you.